So welcome to Classic Car Cave. A couple of little updates on this track mini. I'm still trying to get a track day organised, but this COVID has been a bit of a pain. So a couple of more things I've done to the car, which I'm going to show you now. I've made up these orange, they're actually, what they are is just washers, and I opened them up a bit, painted them orange, put rubber on the back. So the idea is they'll go through there, and then these, what I'll do is once I take the front off, I'll put these R clips in there, and then what I'll do is I'll actually attach them to there so they stay together. So that's one job. I'll bring you back and show that on both sides. I think I put that on before. Sorted out the bonnet now. It's nice and strong. There's no real problems with it. All the clips fit in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bonnet off now and take the front off, and I've got to drill these two holes here, and then the pipe work for the air going through the headlight bowls. This one on this side is very easy to get to, which I'll show you in a second, but the one on the other side isn't. So I'm going to make an adapter ring for it so it's easy to put on and off the front shouldn't be coming off too much, but when it does, it just makes it a bit easier. Yeah, and one other thing I've got to put in. I was very lucky, strangely enough. It was I went to a shop to get some bits and pieces, and I found this sponge, and it just turns out this is the bar that goes, the extrusion bar that goes across the side of the car, which I'm going to fit in. You'll see that in the video. And as it turned out, I found this stuff, and it was orange as well, so that's kind of nice. It's even baby blue inside. It's not particularly thick, but it's enough not to be metal to metal, which is good. The other stuff you can use, like use it for insulating plumbing pipes, copper pipes, but it's quite thick. Although Car Builder Solutions even have this stuff in orange. But because of the way the bar goes in here, you need to kind of roll, as you sit in it, you need to kind of roll your leg on it, and that stuff would be a bit, I think it would, don't know if it would twist or not. Anyway, so obviously the problem with this is that it's, you know, it's a tubular like I showed you here. This is a big roll of it. I think it was €13. There's a big roll of it. So obviously the side extrusion bar is no problem because it fits perfectly, as you can see there. But obviously you couldn't put it on any of the other stuff like these front legs or above, because obviously they're not tubulars, or they've got flanges on them, as you can see there. So what I'm going to do is I can actually split it down the centre and then just use a tie wrap to hold it in place, or even put some tape up it. So we'll just split it long ways and it fits perfectly around the tubular, and then just tape it up or whatever. So I'll show you that. The other thing I'll do is just take that mirror out now, and I'm going to cut it down. So I'm going to cut it to that piece there. So I'll just cut it right across and move this stud onto here, so it's further forward. So another job that's been done is unfortunately, Car Builder Solutions forgot to put this filter in, or to vent the any pressure. There won't be much, but coming from the crankcase breather. And I've put it in that way because this basically slides on. You're supposed to put a hose on it, but what I did was I drilled a hole and tapped the aluminium, threaded it, and then I threaded the plastic, so you can just change. That can stay on if I ever need to put a new one on, and that just fits straight on. Obviously I had to put it there rather than on top because of the bonnet. I've made up these rubbers now to hold. So this is when the bonnet's pushed down on these, it really holds it nice and tight, stops it from moving. So that's a job going to be done. Like I was saying, there you can see that pipe is easy. That ram air pipe is easy to get on and off. But obviously on this side, it's not so easy. So where I've painted that little white line, you probably can't see it, but right there where the shock absorber top mount is, I'm going to put in this crossover. So that'll go in there and be held with a clamp, and it'll just be a matter of putting your hand in and pushing it onto the front one. So that's the plan. So I come up with a little idea. I was upstairs in the, we got like a second hand and new parts store upstairs, and these are, I'm going to use this as the backing rubbers, so where the carbon fibre hook front sits on it, it won't vibrate. This will just spread out and use it as a cushion, like a gaiter. And you might recognise them or you might not. They're actually off the back of an old set of headlights, but they should do, and they fit nicely on that tubular. So what I've done is I've drilled the holes now for the C-clips, and I've got these orange ones now, and I'll put the front on and put these C-clips in, and they should fit nice. So reuse of something I was going to chuck out, because well, I would say chuck out. I've got new ones, so I didn't need them. Okay, so a bit of a problem here. Amir got these bolts cut out on a lathe, and they're just these tower bolts, and they're just slightly too small. They're the right size for the hex bar to go down through it. The problem is there's no wiggle room, you know, so, and it's a few thou you need to move it over. So I talked to MED, to Stephen Colburn at MED, and he said there should be about a 1/2 inch. So I got a 13 mil, which is just about a 1/2 inch. I got a 13 mil drill, a new one, because I didn't have the depth that I needed, and you can see quite clearly now there is the wiggle room. So you can see there's a fair bit of room. Unfortunately, this pedestal drill is, you know, kind of cheap thing. You know, I can't remember what it was. Some, I don't know, 6 or 8 years ago, but I think it was around about €100 or something, €90. And it's not the best centered thing in the world. It's okay for drilling holes in plates and bits and pieces, but it's not exactly precision engineering. As fortunately though, this was dead lucky, that the hole to go through the center is exactly the right size for that tower bolt, which was handy. So what I did was I put it on there like that. I had it through, and I thought that would be enough. I thought that would be enough to center it, you know, make sure it was absolutely right. And unfortunately, it wasn't the case. And as I drilled through it, it damaged the end of the thread. But it didn't just damage the end of the thread there, which is not a massive deal. It went over to one side, and you can see that quite clearly there. And if you look inside, you can see it's gone right. Hang on, I'll try and get it in the picture right, so you can see, look, there's my finger. See, it's gone right through the thread. You can't actually see, well, you can there, but it's gone right through the thread, so it screwed that one up. So that is no good whatsoever. It needs to be in a lathe, and unfortunately that old lathe over there is not running at the moment. It's one of my many projects, like that guillotine there, that's supposed to get done, but you know how it is. Projects that come and go, and you have to get things done. That's really should have been done a while back. This would have been ideal for this, putting this in the chuck and centering it. So yeah, as I said, the other option is to buy them for €44. But I can give Amir the other ones, so this one plus another one, and he can get it machined in the lathe, and it will be absolutely centered. But I thought that would have worked, you know, because it, as I said, it's pretty upright. And I got that. I put a straight edge on it. Swarf and shit on. Oh, that swarf wasn't on it when I did it. So I put those pins in now. Those R pins you can see there. Oh, that's the front toe strap. And you can see the R pins are in. So nice and firm, that, absolutely solid. So this car, I'll go on the trailer in the morning, go to the weighbridge, yeah. So the other bar is ready to go in, so Amir's going to put that in early tomorrow morning. I've been working on this car and the Jaguar for the last four or 5 days, because Amir's been working on that front terrace. So yesterday we took all the decking that was in here. There was wooden decking in it. You can see where these two drains are. Just let it dry off, and then we're going to take all the mud and clean it all out. And we've got some stone being delivered by a truck, which I'll show you in the next bit of the video. The truck's arrived with the stuff. So that big long column there, that's going to go into the garden. That's the granite column. So we're going to put about 1 metre in the ground. So I'm going to lay all this down and see what we've got. So you can see when I put the ignition on, and you can watch, you'll see with these gauges how they go backwards and forwards. So the indicator's working. And there's it's a short shift card. I'll start the engine up. Yeah, and obviously this is the main power light, which has to be turned off from there. So what we're thinking of doing is, initially we were going to put 2 cables in, and Max said, well, you know, it's extra wiring, extra heavy copper wiring. Why not, on the other cars that he does in Grants, they just have a cable going across and a pull here, because it's on a spring and it'll flick off easy. Because you have to have one outside for the for the marshals, for the track marshals to turn off. So there we are. So I'll take it down tomorrow, get it, find out what its official weight is, and then I'll ask the question what the weight of the car is, and see if everybody gets it right. So there's 3 t-shirts and stickers for that, but it might be on the next video, might be on the next one, but you'll have to watch in to get a chance to win a t-shirt. So on that note, I'll take care, stay safe, keep the faith, and enjoy your hobby. And I'll put a bit of film up, obviously, once we have it down at the weighbridge, and I've got the certificate for it, or the weight, the official weight. And as I said, just watch in on the video and put your answers on that one. Take care. Bye.